Hello everyone, I'm Claire Huddleston. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hackleburg residents are finally getting some good news following April 27th's tornadoes. The town's largest employer is rebuilding its plant that was wiped out by the massive tornado. Details in tonight's top story.
Building a new distribution facility here in Hackleburg, Alabama.
The Vanity Fair Corporation says it will rebuild the Wrangler distribution center in Hackleburg. City, county, and state officials have been working with Wrangler for the past 3 months, encouraging the company to rebuild there. VF Chairman and CEO Eric Wiseman says the new plant will employ about 200 people and will be larger than the old plant, which had about 150 workers. Vice President of Human Resources Sam Tucker says the people who worked in the plant were the main reason they wanted to rebuild in Hackleburg.
At the end of the day, our workforce here, our people, are what made the difference. They're the greatest, and we're really excited to announce this news today.
When we just got this news that we're going to rebuild, this just opens the door up for a lot more businesses to come into Hackleburg, and we really, really appreciate it.
Sam Tucker says the company plans to break ground on the new plant next spring. The April 27th tornadoes killed 18 people in Hackleburg and wiped out most of the town's businesses. It also destroyed 2 schools. With the start of school approaching, the city is trying to get ready for students to head back to class, but their classrooms will look very different this year. K through 12th graders will now have class in a combined group of trailers. WVUA spoke with a mother who has 3 kids going back to school August 15th. She says although they're sad about losing their schools, they're happy to get back to a sense of normalcy.
We hate that they're having to go back into, the trailers and stuff, but we know that it's a way to get them back into a normal routine, a pattern which is more healthy for them. But, we know that we're going to get a school back, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever, and we know that. So, but right now we're just ready to get back to some kind of normal.
If you would like to make a tax-deductible donation to the Hackleburg Schools Relief Fund, you can visit our website, WVUATV.com, and click numbers and links. Tuscaloosa took a big hit from April 27th's tornadoes, and immediately after the storms passed, Northport was helping their neighbor. Because of that generosity, Tuscaloosa city leaders came to the Northport Council meeting tonight to thank Northport for its help during the tornado aftermath. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox says Northport gave them resources like ambulances and manpower to respond to the disaster areas. Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon says he knows Tuscaloosa would do the same if Northport ever needed help like that. April 27th's tornado is moving to Northport. Hobby Lobby used to sit near the intersection of 15th Street and McFarland Boulevard. Now it's moving into the old Home Accents building between Publix and Office Max. Hobby Lobby has a building permit in the window. No word on when it will open. Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon says other businesses damaged by the tornado could be moving to his city in the coming months. A research team from the University of Alabama says some homes could have been spared during April's storms if only they had been built differently. One of the main problems was poor structuring. Earlier today, WVUA toured some damaged homes in the Forest Lake area with UA civil engineering professor Dr. Jim Richardson. He says houses need to be reinforced stronger throughout the entire structure. This means making sure walls are well connected with the roof and foundation. Richardson doesn't want Tuscaloosa residents to be overwhelmed by the rebuilding process. He says there's plenty of help available online.
Yeah, FEMA has provided structural drawings for constructing all kinds of different safe rooms, reinforced concrete, concrete block, and even wood. The publication is called FEMA 320, and it's available for free download on the internet.
Richardson also says it's important to fill out a safe room application. The deadline to apply is August 16th. You can pick up an application at the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse Annex. Call 205-349-0150 if you have any questions. Time for a first look at Alabama's home team forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Claire, good Monday night to you. Still very warm. Our 10 o'clock observations got 82 degrees. Tuscaloosa and Birmingham a bit cooler to the north. Friends in Coleman at 73. Haleyville 75 degrees. Marengo County, Demopolis 82. And our forecast starting off tomorrow morning by 9 o'clock already back up to 82. 94 by lunch. Plenty of sun out there. It's going to heat up quick tomorrow afternoon by 4 o'clock, close to 100. The heat index value tomorrow will likely top 110 at times. So just take it extra easy if you're going to be working outdoors. What about the rest of the forecast? And what about Tropical Storm Emily? Where's that storm heading? I'll have the full details coming up in Home Team Weather.
Governor Robert Bentley has appointed a Tuscaloosa native to be Alabama's next Supreme Court Chief Justice. 57-year-old Chuck Malone will fill the position since Sue Bell Cobb's resignation became effective today. Malone has been serving as Bentley's chief of staff. Before that, he was a circuit judge in Tuscaloosa County. The appointment of Malone means all judges on Alabama's appellate courts are Republican. Malone has not decided if he will run for a full term in the 2012 election. Bentley's finance director, David Perry, will become the new chief of staff. The Obama administration is challenging Alabama's new immigration law, saying it undermines federal immigration priorities. The Justice Department says a state doesn't have the right to pass its own immigration laws or conflict with federal immigration laws. Birmingham Police Chief A.C. Roper says the new law would take already scarce resources away from local priorities and move them to immigration control. Alabama's new law gives police the right to arrest suspected illegal immigrants after stopping them for a traffic violation. If Alabama's immigration law stands, schools will have to determine students' immigration status, but state education officials say it won't keep children from attending public schools. If a child doesn't have a birth certificate, parents can get other documentation to prove their child's immigration status. Schools will be supplied with information to help parents. The new law is scheduled to take effect September 1st. Just ahead of the new school year, Alabama's adequate yearly progress scores are out. They come from testing and measures required by the federal No Child Left Behind Act. So how did local schools do? WVUA's Candace Murphy takes a look at the Tuscaloosa city and county schools.
Both the Tuscaloosa city and county school systems did not make adequate yearly progress on a system-wide basis for the past school year. AYP scores are intended to show student progress toward achieving 100% proficiency in reading and math. According to city and county school leaders, there are schools labeled as failing that met the majority of their goals but did not achieve a 100% score.
No, they're not meeting the standard that's established nationally. However, they are succeeding. Their academic performance has increased year after year after year.
Or the district, we have failed to make AYP in all categories for 2 years, and so that puts us in district improvement, meaning that we will have to come up with a plan to improve the schools, and each school will align their plan to our plan.
Both systems say they are taking steps to reach the annual measurable objectives set by the law.
We're wanting to look at those students that may be partially proficient, that may be partially meeting the standards, but they're really close to being fully proficient. And we want to implement RTI, response to instruction, and make sure that those teachers are providing the skills-based interventions that those students need.
Making sure students are fully engaged in what's going on, the material is relevant for them, and that we as educators, both at school level and the district level, we are meeting the needs and we are providing those materials and that instruction that those students need to make that progress.
With the new school year just around the corner, school leaders remind parents one way to help your child improve is to become an active part of their learning process. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Candace Murphy, WVUA News.
To see how each school scored, go to our website, WVUATV.com, and click numbers and links. Then look for adequate yearly progress. Alabama's tax-free holiday weekend starts this Friday, meaning you won't have to pay the 4% state sales tax on certain back-to-school items. 272 cities and counties have also lifted the local sales tax for this weekend, including Tuscaloosa County and the cities of Tuscaloosa and Northport. The National Retail Federation estimates Southern shoppers will spend about $615 per family on back-to-school purchases. 5 schools in the Southeastern Conference are considered party schools by Princeton Review. Ohio University earned the top spot, followed by the University of Georgia and Ole Miss. The University of Iowa and the University of California, Santa Barbara round out the top 5. The University of Florida came in at number 9. LSU came in at number 13. The University of South Carolina squeaked into the top 20, ranking number 20. The Princeton Review surveyed 122,000 students to get their yearly ranking.